Hello?
Light as a feather sticks. 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 Light as a feather, stiff as a board. Light as a feather, stiff as a board.
Hey guys, it's Kristen, and today we're going to be talking about Hulu's brand new series, Light as a Feather. This is actually a series that's being adapted from a Wattpad series by Zoe Aarsen. If you saw my New York Comic Con haul, you saw that I picked up the book so that I could read it before this show came out. So today I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on the TV show, but also a little bit of my book versus TV show thoughts as well. To start off, Light as a Feather is about a group of 4 best friends who invite a brand new girl at their school named Violet to join them at their annual girls' night. One of their traditions is to do something a little bit spooky together, like telling ghost stories, but Violet suggests that they play a creepy version of Light as a Feather, Stiff as a Board. Before lifting or levitating each girl, Violet tells a really detailed story about how each of them will die, which is pretty creepy in itself. But when one of the girls ends up dying in the exact way that Violet predicted, like down to the details, now the other girls are coming together to figure out what is going on before one of them may be next. The first thing I want to say about this series is that it is another Awesomeness TV production, and I have to say I have been super impressed by them lately. They seem to be a production company that is really focused on digital first. They know what their audience wants, and they know how to give us diversity and representation in their casting choices that feel really strong and purposeful. They were the force behind some productions that I've really enjoyed lately, like Before I Fall, Royal Crush, Freakish, and most recently the super successful Asian American-led teen romantic comedy on Netflix, To All the Boys I've Loved Before. I also particularly liked the casting that they had in Light as a Feather. I think that they gave us a group of girls that were legitimately diverse and had real chemistry together, and also have a really great knack for picking out rising stars to form relationships and to work with in their different projects. This series stars Liana Liberato as Mckenna, Ajiona Alexus as Candace, Brianne Tju as Alex, and Peyton List as Olivia, who are a core group of best friends. And then we have Ramm as Violet, the mysterious new girl at school. We also have Rodrigues as Trey and Dylan Sprayberry as Olivia's brother Henry. While I enjoyed this book after reading it, I will say I did feel like it was a bit long-winded, and I also didn't really feel a strong connection between Mckenna and the other girls in the group. You know, this is supposed to be a very popular group of girls, and in the book, Mckenna and Violet are both new to this friendship with these girls. I think we also didn't really learn too much about Violet as a character, so it was really hard to understand what her motivation was or why these things were happening. I think the TV series did a really great job of introducing us to this group of best friends and kind of having Mckenna and her late twin sister Jenny be a part of the group from the very beginning and have all the girls have a really strong bond and connection as friends. And they also gave us a lot more background on Violet, which I appreciated. As a book to TV show adaptation, I feel like this series really took more inspiration from the original idea and then took liberties with the actual story itself. And to be honest, I think that actually worked a lot better. I think they took the core moments of the book, I think they made things more straight to the point and more fast-paced and added more intrigue and mystery. So this actually might be a time when I kind of enjoyed the adaptation more than the original book, which I know is blasphemous to say, but you know, I think that they did a really great job of just like making things more compact in the TV series. I really liked our main actresses, and I also think the show did a really great job of giving them their own storylines and issues to deal with, in addition to having to deal with this whole crazy dark curse that's going on. You know, Mckenna lost her twin sister 2 years prior, and she still is in the dark about what really went on. And you have Candace, who is sneaking around with her best friend's boyfriend. You have Alex, who has this guilt and is kind of dealing with these drug issues. And we also learn way more about Violet and her origin in this game and what her motivation is. And I think that Ramm actually did a really great job in this role because she kind of was very multifaceted multifaceted and gave us a lot of different things to think about. You know, there were some parts where you kind of felt for her and you were like, oh man, this sucks. And then there were other parts where you were like, this girl's demonic and crazy. Like, we cannot trust her. So I think that kind of went back and forth throughout the whole series. When it came to Jordan Rodrigues and Dylan Sprayberry, you know, they did their parts, but I think, to me at least, you know, I love Jordan Rodrigues, but it was a little bit distracting at times because you could hear his Australian accent coming in and out, even though he was playing an American role. I also noticed a couple of YouTube stars in this production, so that was fun. We had Brent Rivera, who had a smaller role, but you know, he was in there, and I would say, no offense to him, but I just really didn't believe him. And then also Chachi Gonzalez, who had a much smaller role, but you know, she was part of the dance team and it was fun to see her in there. I also do want to get into some spoilers over here because I think that they really packed a lot of mystery in the 20 to 30 minute episodes that we got and just left a lot of questions that could be answered in a possible season 2. At the end of the season, Mckenna suggests that they try to play Light as a Feather again because she thinks she's found a way to break the curse. She feels that her dead twin sister Jenny has been protecting them and wants to try to communicate with her. In the space between the living and dead, Jenny and Mckenna do meet up and Jenny takes the curse from Violet, so all the girls are safe. Or so it seems. In a twist, we learn that now Mckenna has the curse, and it opens up a lot of questions. First of all, I think that there was something really interesting going on with the discussion that they were having about twins, like, do twins actually share a soul? Is Mckenna really half dead because her sister has passed on? I would love to see them explore the relationship between Mckenna and Jenny more, and also figure out why the curse was passed on to Mckenna. Is everyone who was in the original game safe and Mckenna has to kind of restart everything, or is everything just like back on the table again? Additionally, Henry and Mark Regan's sister are the only two characters who now know the truth about what Violet's own death prediction is, and they're missing. Why is that? Who took them? Will this all come back into play now that it turns out Mckenna has the curse and this game might not truly be over? At the same time, there was this mysterious key that Violet had been looking for that now Mckenna has. What is that related to? Will that open up some new mysteries? Overall, I enjoyed Light as a Feather. I think it's a really fun, spooky TV show to watch, especially around Halloween, or Huluween, if you will, since it's on Hulu. It was definitely exciting. It was easy to get through. You know, there was a lot of mystery going on, which I always enjoy. I am a sucker for a good mystery. So I'm really hoping that this show gets a season 2. There are also 2 more books in the Light as a Feather series, so maybe they will continue on and take some inspiration from those books as well, or go off and do their whole own other story, which is something that, for example, was done with Pretty Little Liars, where they took initial inspiration from the show and then kind of went off on a crazy whole other story. So who knows? This show was just a really quick, spooky watch, and I loved the cliffhangers at the end, and I'm really curious to see what happens next. I'd love to know your thoughts on Light as a Feather. Are you guys gonna check it out? Have you watched it already? If so, I'd love to hear what you thought. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and click that subscribe button because I come out with new videos every week. See ya!